Good evening. I'm Destinee Clark with Carolina Kids News. I'm here with Blanche, Penn, Advocate and Executive Director of Winners Plus Agency, and Destinee McLamb, the pastor of Beyond Ministries. Today we're going to talk about moving communities forward. Now, Ms. McLamb, what do you feel the march was about?
I feel that the march was about the injustice done to the children of Charlotte-Mecklenburg, the parents of Charlotte-Mecklenburg, and the teachers of Charlotte-Mecklenburg, along with a host of communities as a collective effort to push us back where we don't belong. We need to move forward, not backwards.
So, Ms. Penn, do you feel that the schools' closings were fair?
I don't think they were fair at all, because you're talking about closing schools in the poor neighborhoods. So is that fair when you're not going over to the Miles Park area and not closing those schools? If you're going to close schools, let's close schools in all the areas that need to be closed. And then also when you're talking about pushing K through 8 in certain neighborhoods and not doing it in all schools, then there's a concern and there's a problem there. So they need to look at the whole. If it's 150 schools in Charlotte-Mecklenburg, they need to look at all the schools, not just some of the schools.
So what do you think that parents can do when the decision has already been made?
Well, what I think parents can do is we can get together and come to the table and truly look at first what has been done, because it's unfair and unbalanced, and then look at how we can together collectively do what's fair. We need to get information monthly. We don't need to sit at home and wait till it already happened. So we need to be proactive and not reactive, and that seems to be the cycle. So we need to end that. That's the first thing.
How do you feel parents can get more involved and be more informed with stuff that's going on in the school system?
They can go down to the school board, city council, county commission, and be informed that way instead of watching it on television. And then too, a lot of times when they read the paper all the time, they only get some of the information, when if they actually physically go down and hear for themselves, the information comes over much different. And I think they can do, that's one of the steps. And then get involved with some of the organizations that's around, the NAACP, and any other organization that's about fighting for our children. And that's what we need to do, is get more involved in that particular area. What do you think about?
I want to add something to that, because Blanche and I for years have been working on Winners Plus Agency, educating parents, having meetings at UNCC, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, that helped us to get the space. And then we have little to no, no show, which is really, that's not good. We have had so much good information that we've researched, pulled together, where parents can find out exactly what's going on in the school system, how to go out to the school system prepared, and been doing this for years. But nobody, until someone else does it that looks maybe the opposite from how we look, then they want to jump on board. But when it comes down to closing schools in our community and you want to get some help, I think you really need, because it's an injustice to the African American community, you need someone that looks like yourself that will truly research, feel from your heart what we've been going through, the struggle, and you'll feel at least more comfortable in receiving that information.
I think they also should check out the school board members, and if they're not doing what they should do, guess what? We need to vote them out. And if we keep putting them in and they're not being accountable for their actions, then we need to be voted out. Because as parents, we got to step up to the plate. Just because my child is not involved, and that don't mean I should be involved with some other people's children. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of the parents go like, oh, it's not my child, so why should I worry about it? It is time for us to start worrying about a lot of the children. Guess what? Because the jail is going to be full. And there's not going to be no husband for you. So you better say, we want some of these men to stay here, right here with us. So we just got to do better as parents and just get out and being more involved.
As African Americans, we have been at the face of injustice for a long time. So we know how to survive. We've learned how to survive. And we can teach other people also how to survive and live off a little. Because they say that it's a budget problem and the money. Well, you can ask a single parent, how does she raise her home with 3 or 4 children and not enough? She makes it enough. And then to teach somebody, we push us always in survival mode. And I think to be the best advocate, to help somebody learn how to deal with just less is more. And we have done that for years.
So, have you heard about any of the comments made in the creative loafing?
Oh, creative, yes.
Wow.
Oh
We're
my
gonna talk about creative loafing?
I don't know. We need to wait to go down to the meeting because I want to see face to face. Yes, I've seen it. And the comments was it was supposed to be satire, something funny. There's nothing funny making comments about people that come from not from this country. And it was very in poor taste. They talked about Shaniqua. They talked about people that were of the gay persuasion, and calling the county, one of their own colleagues, a word that I won't even say over the air. You know, but I want to address this personally at the county commissioners.
And we will be down there just to address those comments that was in the creative loafing, because when they had that conversation talking about the different people, when Karen Bentley said to the media, you know, I got someone who seriously needs a computer too, just like Shanae. You know, so to me, what is a Shanae? Who is she talking about? And then you have Jim Pendergrass, who just came aboard. Now he's commenting. So the thing about it is, when we heard those comments, are they true? I mean, would somebody do some printing like that and not go back and say, oh, this was a joke? A joke? Who wants to joke about something like this? This is not a joke. So we will be talking about those issues when we go down there.
So, what partnerships have you all made during this process?
We made partnerships with the NAACP, Save Our Schools, and also the Winners Plus agency. We need them to be out in the community, a vital voice. And no, the Bible says to anger and sin not. Yes, we are angry, but we will not commit a sin. Yes, we will march in civil disobedience, but it will be peaceful. So no, yes, we are angry, but we know how to behave.
And we also have buttons, if you notice. Ms. Lamb has a button on that says marching for our schools, marching for our children. And that was one of the things that we passed out on January 1. And we're going to continue to pass them out and talk about what we need to be doing for our children. It's very important.
So since the first movement was moving the communities forward, will there be any other upcoming movements that you guys are looking forward to doing?
That's the movement, moving communities forward, getting communities together, a rainbow of people of color. Because that's who it's affecting, people of color. And we all are people of color. And we have to look at it as a family. We want to educate our family, because the lack of knowledge, the people will perish. And we're not perishing, we're moving forward.
Okay, well that was Ms. Blanche Penn from Winners Plus Agency and Ms. Destinee McLamb from Beyond Ministries. Thank you for coming, and you can tune in next week. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.